Big Pick Energy Week 14. We are
Damn.
coming down the home stretch here, James, and you are taking a commanding lead. It is an uphill battle for me to catch you, but we're both still green on the year, and that's going to be my moral victory I'm going to hold true. Before we get into this week's picks, make sure you are following and subscribed to our channel here on YouTube. Get us on Instagram. Get us on TikTok. Start with our favorites as usual. I have the Chiefs minus 3.5, and you are picking your Philadelphia Eagles minus 3.5. Tell me about your pick on the Monday Night Football game.
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. This is a desperation win. We know we have to win this Monday night because from 1 month ago, I didn't think anyone was going to catch us in the NFC East. But now Dallas is picking up some steam. And now we need to god dang win this game versus your boy Justin Herbert in the Monsters Inc. television bowl. I can't wait to watch that on ESPN2. So that's what I will do. But no, in all honesty, look, the last time the Eagles lost 2 in a row, they were again a 2.5-point favorite on the road versus Minnesota. I'm not calling Carson Wentz Justin Herbert, but they ended up finding a way to produce a ton of points and win that game outright and cover. I feel like the Eagles should be able to do that in this game. Of course, this game's going to be a home game for Philly just because it's like that every game for SoFi and any team. Other than that, Jalen Hurts played his worst game, in my opinion, last week with the interception and the fumble and the misread. So do I expect him to do that again, have 2 turnovers? No, I don't. So ball security is number 1, but definitely number 2. Can we find a way to get Saquon going? God dang. I think the last time he played well, it seemed like it was in that damn stadium. So
I'm backing you this week on this pick, James. I love this. You didn't mention it. Justin Herbert banged up right now. It's his non-throwing hand, but he had surgery on it. So that's going to be a concern right there in and of itself. But I'm going to say it, James. This is the week for Saquon. And
let's
I say
go.
that as someone who's going against him in a very important fantasy matchup. Shout out our boy Chance. But I think this is the week Saquon Barkley finally gets it going again. I think he's going to go for 100 yards against this Chargers defense. And I do think the Eagles are going to pull out this victory. I think part of it for me is just kind of like eventually this offense is this is a championship team, right? I know that before the season, all of the Eagles were talking about this is a different team, and yeah, it's definitely been a different team. But at the core, this is still the majority of this team from last year. They are going to dig deep. They'll find that championship DNA, and I think they're going to get it done. I like that pick, James. For my favorite, though, James, I'm picking against my favorite team, unlike you. But this is now 4 weeks in a row that one of us is taking the Chiefs minus 3.5. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the Chiefs minus 3.5. Let's be honest, James. The people that have watched us every week, they know we love to do this. We're buying the victory here. It's a massive game in the AFC playoff picture. For both teams, the stats were being thrown around on Get Up on ESPN about how the winner of this game is pretty much like not guaranteed, but has the most likely outcome to make the playoffs. Whoever loses this game is basically eliminated from the playoffs.
Yep.
So both teams going to be desperate. And I think the reason I'm going to bet the Chiefs in this one, if this was in NRG, I would hammer my Texans. But the Texans have historically not gone to Arrowhead and played well. I think they have one win in Arrowhead in the last 7 or 8 years, really bad. And with that being said, it's also Sunday Night Football. I just don't see the Chiefs losing this game. I don't see them going out this way. But it sure would be nice if my Texans were the team to put the Chiefs in their grave. I'm not going to bet on it. I'm going to buy the victory. So give me Chiefs minus 3.5.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on the part where F the Chiefs, man. I don't like your pick anyways, man. Screw them. Screwed me 3 weeks in a row, man. You want to talk about free? Never mind. I ain't about to get political. Godly. But in all honesty, I'm shocked, man, that the Chiefs are in this position. And you mentioned it. The loser basically is probably going to be out because for the Chiefs' sake, they go 6-7 and they don't even have the head-to-head. Oh, sorry.
You said it. I'm sorry. We have to do. Are we too old to do that? Am I allowed to do? I'm sorry.
You at least have hair on your head. You probably look like the young boys. Me, I'm like, Grandpa, stop. But no, in all honesty, so like, yeah, if the Chiefs lose, they don't have the head-to-head versus the Texans. And already they don't have the head to head versus some other teams like the Bills. They don't have the head to head versus the Broncos and even the Chargers at this moment. So it's like you don't even have any advantage over any of these teams. I give a lot of props to the Texans. They've been killing it since they started 0-3 for sure. But I will say this. One, I know you're going with the Chiefs, even though we're buying the victory. Since November 1st, Mahomes is 9-15 against the spread, including the playoffs. He is the least profitable quarterback against the spread so far
Yeah.
since November 1st. So let's go CJ Stroud and the
Yeah,
Texans.
like I said, this is definitely me picking with my brain, not my heart, because my heart says the Texans are going to go into Arrowhead, get a massive victory, move to 8-5, assert themselves firmly in the AFC playoff picture. But we'll see. Pat Mahomes, in my opinion, still is the best quarterback in the NFL, so that's always going to be a problem.
Yep.
Let's go to underdogs. James, I have the Commanders plus 2.5. You have Jets plus 3.5. The Jets have low key been a wagon lately. They've been profitable. So tell me about your Jets pick here.
Dude, you know what, man? The last couple of weeks, we joked. If you go watch some of the film, I joke, if you're betting the Titans and betting the Jets, rethink your life. Lately, these damn two teams have been winning me some money. So who gives a flying crap? And let's keep this thing rolling. There's a reason why. What is my record?
33 and 19,
19.
brother.
Yeah. So there's a reason why we're doing it. We got to bet risky. And of course, there's two things about this game. Number one, and you mentioned it offline. It ain't that cold. To the Dolphins, it is cold. 41 degrees at MetLife is cold. Tua is 3-8 against the spread on the road slash on a neutral site in December or later. But Tyrod Taylor, the people's champ, 37-21-4 against the spread, and he's 7-0-1 in his last 8 starts. Give me the Jets, mother. Just sing it to me, Aaron Glenn. And I'm still surprised Mike McDaniel still ain't been fired yet. That's what I've been surprised on. And they barely escaped versus the Saints, who, if it wasn't for that Mika Fitzpatrick pick 2, if you want to call it, to seal the win and the under for us. Yeah. But no, in all honesty, I'm just betting against Tua and the Dolphins and everything cold wise. This was in Miami, I'd be thinking a different story.
Yeah, I'm going to slightly push back on this one just because the Jets are a gross franchise. I've not wanted to bet them all year. I think I have a couple times, but I immediately regretted it. And I also think this is crazy, James. I just can't get over the fact that the Dolphins, despite how horrible I don't think they're a good team. But here they are at 5-7. They get this win, they go to 6-7, and we're talking about them being right back in the playoff picture.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the Chiefs falling to 6-7 and being out of it. The Dolphins could be 6-7 and still be in the hunt.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jets at home, MetLife magic can make things be weird. This was a game I just wanted to stay away from.
Yeah,
But
definitely you want to stay away. But you know what's crazy though? We make so much fun of Tua and the cold stuff. But Tua's record is 16-8-1 against the spread versus the AFC East.
my underdog, I can't believe this team's an underdog. I have to assume it's just because they're on the road this week. But I'm going to take the Washington Commanders plus 2.5 on the road against the Vikings. And this is simple. If Jaden Daniels comes back, this line's probably going to move. But even if he doesn't come back, I've seen a lot of very inspiring play from Marcus Mariota as of late. Despite Mike Tirico not being able to pronounce his name correctly out of nowhere all of a sudden. I don't know if you caught that on Sunday night. Mariota.
I went to sleep on that one because I was like, these two teams I don't care about.
It was a stinker.
One beat my team, the other's not even in the hunt.
Yeah. But on the other side, whether it's Jaden Daniels or Marcus Mariota, I like both of those guys more than what we have seen from J.J. McCarthy, and even worse, one of the worst quarterback performances I think we've seen in the NFL since Nathan Peterman, Max Brosmer. God bless you, man. You're going to have a great career selling life insurance policies here in a little bit, but right now, if you're in this game, it's not going to work for you, pal. I don't like what I saw at all. 0 points, even if it is Seattle. That is a disgusting performance. I don't see an NFL caliber quarterback on any level with Max Brosmer. And J.J. McCarthy, it's funny, James. When I made that pick last week, I picked the over in that game. I said to you, It can't get worse than what we have seen with JJ McCarthy. Well, I
It,
was so wrong on that. It did get worse.
the only thing we can at least acknowledge, Max Brosmer at least threw a touchdown. He threw a touchdown,
Yes,
so
straight to Ernest Jones.
he is serviceable, but it was worse than JJ.
I have to assume the Vikings are only favored because they are at home. I know they have a good defense, but these are two bad teams. And when it's two bad teams, I don't care who's the home or who's the road team. I just want the better quarterback in that one. So
Yeah.
give me the Washington Commanders plus 2.5 in what probably is a game I'm not going to watch a whole lot of.
Spence, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like your pick because I agree with you. I think the Commanders should be a favorite. But what I am going to fear and worry about when it comes to Sunday is all your money is like everyone else. They're seeing that +2 on the Commanders and they're like, booyah. We're going to get 60-70% of the public betting on them.
What does Vegas know?
What does Vegas know? Vikings are 1-6 against the spread, the last 7 overall, and they are a 2-point favorite. But of course, Spence, and I hate to pull this one out on you. Since 2015, when teams had been shut out in the previous game, they are 33-17-3 against the spread, and this year are 3-0 against the spread. So, what on God's earth are they going to cook up with KOC and Max Brosmer? Because I'm with you, man. Who on God's earth is playing quarterback?
Yeah, maybe Carson Wentz comes back out of nowhere. I don't know. That would be shocking. Let's get to our overs, James. I have the Rams and Cardinals over 47.5, but you have a very interesting over. The Titans and the Browns, the line was set at 33.5. I didn't know this was an Iowa Hawkeyes game, James. Tell me about your pick here. I think I get why you're taking the over here, but tell me more.
Bro, this is a vibe check, bro. I'm going for the ultra mid bowl. We got Cam Ward versus Shador Sanders. Bro, let's just get all of Black History Month in on this game, bro, and just throw a big party and let us get a 20-17 dub. That's all we're asking for. We just want that.
That's so crazy. That line is so small.
Yeah, I think it's very small for, because even to be honest, like the Browns, yeah, they did not look as good versus the Niners as they did versus the Raiders. But there's some variance. It's not like the Titans have been any better. They've been dog water all year. You've seen some of the throws Cam Ward can make, and it's like, you're telling me we can't get one of those crazy Shador throws where it's like, dude's wide open. We got 14 points right out the way. And then let's just get some of these. But I will say, if I had to bet any money, and I'm not going to, if I had to bet some money, give me the Titans score a touchdown on the defensive side. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with the Titans to score a defensive touchdown this week. But I am going with the Titans as well. That's who I'm leaning with. I don't believe that the Browns should be a 4-point favorite, but I think it's only because of really Myles Garrett. I think it's just Myles Garrett.
That's what this line tells me. 33.5, that tells me that they think that both offenses are putrid and that Myles Garrett might actually murder Cam Ward on TV on Sunday. But sneaky underrated aspect of this, people forget it was only like a year ago that we were debating these two quarterbacks, which one's going to be the number one overall pick, Cam Ward or Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
They are friends. They have a little bit of a friendly rivalry. Mm-hmm. That's a big reason why I also could see this turning into a shootout if both those guys start slinging the rock a little bit. I love your pick. I love the over 33.5 here. If this over hits, though, there should be a new rule that NFL lines should never be set below 35. Because 33.5, and I know there will be games that score less than that. That's not what I'm saying. But a line set this low is insane. It has to hit for the NFL to have some integrity.
Look, I'm betting against the trends. So since 2010, not too many games, this will be the third lowest total in an outdoor freezing temperature. The lowest two totals back in 2022 was 32.5. Saints at the Browns. The final 17-10, so 27 points. And then in 2023, the line was at 28.5 points. It was Jets at the Patriots. That final was 17-3. So odds are against me. But like I said, it is a vibe check. We're going to have Black History Month in Cleveland. and it's going to be rocking in the dog pound. And guess what, bro? We are getting points. I don't care what anyone says, because guess what? What screws me all the time, because usually I would bet this as an under, but you know what's going to happen, Spence? We're going to get a punt return for a touchdown. We're going to get a kick return for a touchdown. We're getting some off the wall scores here. And guess what? Come on, Titans, bro. Let's cover this spread as well.
Yeah. I'm going with the over in the Rams and Cardinals game. I almost made this game my favorite, but I opted against making this one my favorite and just decided to take the points because Jacoby Biscuits.
Oh, yeah.
Jacoby Brissett has been balling for the Cardinals. And for the Rams side of things, coming off a very bad loss, some might say. I know the Panthers have a good record, but that was a bad loss.
It was.
Bad loss. I think they can bounce back, but I just see points galore in this game. I think we see some Puka Nacua touchdown action. I don't think he's seen the end zone in a little bit. I think we're going to see Marvin Harrison Jr. get a touchdown. I don't know if Trey Benson's going to be activated off the IR for the Cardinals, but I just see points galore. We know, obviously, Matthew Stafford, MVP frontrunner. Is he still MVP frontrunner?
He is not now.
May is the front runner. Wow.
But
okay.
Of course, Stafford's probably second because
Yeah.
he's been spectacular all year. This past week versus the Panthers wasn't his best statistical, but
yeah, he was throwing interceptions for the first time since earlier in the year, like
Yeah.
week 3. I think he gets back on the ship, and I think we could see a little shootout. I know it's a divisional game, and those usually are under factory.
Yep.
Those always breed unders, but this one I think is going to be a sneaky fun game. It's going to be a fun game in the afternoon slot. So give me 47.5 over in the Rams and Cardinals.
yeah, I like your pick. I'm with you. I think they're going to score a ton of points. This is book it.
All right, let's wrap it up, James. Unders this week. I am taking the under in Pittsburgh versus Baltimore, under 42.5. You're taking the under 42.5 in the Texans and Chiefs game. Now, I'll let you talk about it, but we have tracked it all year, James. The Texans are 9-3 to the under in their games this season. Just going to keep riding the hot hand?
We are riding the hot hand. If you're telling, bro, I'm not saying it's free money, but damn, it is definitely a nice paycheck, bro. After my 15th check gets blown on bills, bro. That's all I'm saying. Look, it's a Sunday night game. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. This game right here is written, like you said, as a playoff game. And you mentioned it when you had the Chiefs pick. These two teams, you mentioned, if one of them loses, they could potentially just be eliminated. So you're going to get the most hard-hitting, pounding game ever. And, of course, you got the best duo in the league with Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. They are going to sack Pat Mahomes. I don't know how many times. They're going to get to him. It just is what it is.
O-line's real banged up for Kansas City also.
Yeah, we make fun of the Texans for their offensive play. Hey, at the end of the day, this game right here is going to be a super tight one. It's going to be probably a little bit cold for me. And it's a Sunday night football game. We get Colin and Mike Tirico. I think this is going to be, in my opinion, I'm going 20-14. You tell me who's going to win?
Come on, baby. Come on.
No, but it's a super vibe check on the under for the Texans. Let the wheels ride off.
Hey, we've been doing it all year, and it's been working for us. I'll finish us off, James. Look, Pittsburgh and Baltimore, this is a game that historically always is the under. We have a banged-up Aaron Rodgers on one side. On the other side, we have a Lamar Jackson who has not looked like himself in ages, and is he going to flip that switch and become the Lamar Jackson that won MVPs, made all pros? I think so. I just don't think it's going to be this week in a tough divisional matchup against the Steelers. And both these teams, look, the winner of this game is going to have sole possession of first place in the AFC North.
Right.
A lot on the line here. So the same reason you said the Chiefs and Texans is going to be ugly, smash mouth, gritty defensive game because both teams got to win it. Same vibes here. Both teams really are going to be going their hardest at this game because they know pretty much this is their path to the playoffs. And there's not going to be a wild card team that comes out of the AFC North. This is it for both these teams. If you win this game, you're in the driver's seat for the rest of the season in the division.
Yeah.
So it's going to be ugly. We'll see. I think I see some Derrick Henry touchdowns, but not a whole lot of them. I'm thinking this is going to be some kind of gross field goal game. Let's call 16-13.
I like that a lot because a lot of people are probably thinking after what they saw the Bills do to the Steelers that, oh, Derrick Henry's going to rush for X amount of yards. Hey, pump the brakes, bro. This is a divisional game. These divisional unders are just a key thing. Look, the Steelers offense last week, 7 points, 58 rushing yards on 18 carries, and 0 TDs with under 110 total passing. But that's god awful, man. And I can't believe like teams even play like that, in my opinion. But I'm with you, man. Last year I bet this under twice and it worked for me. Lamar, if this was in Pittsburgh, I would definitely be slamming the under ASAP. It's in Baltimore. I might change my mind a bit, but I'm with you. It's because the thing, and a lot of people are not going to look at this, but this game means a lot to either of these two teams because I do believe the Bengals, who don't look like they're in the picture, could win their last 4 games easily. So their schedule lightens up after this week versus the Bills. And hey, you got to try to win as many games as you can now in this division because 9-8 probably is going to be the key number.
Yep. This is going to be the 4th seed. The winner of this game ends up as the 4th seed in the AFC is what I believe. Bengals are alive, yeah.
So I don't think they'll get in because, like I said, they lose to the Bills, and I think it's a tough road. But for the Bengals to play the Dolphins, the Browns, and the Cardinals, okay, might lighten up, might make some things fun. We'll see. And then, of course, you know what's going to happen for the Bengals. They're going to win those 4 games, be out of the playoffs, and then bet all your money on 2026, 2027 Bengals.
That will not be me. But that is our picks for week 14, James. Before y'all go, make sure, again, if you have not already, still make sure you subscribe to us here on YouTube. Get us on TikTok, get us on Instagram. And hey, shout out to anyone listening to us right now on Apple or Spotify podcasts. All of our episodes go there as well if you're an audio only person. So until next week, this has been Big Pick Energy. For James, I'm Spencer. Y'all take it easy.